Well, hey there everyone, John from the Travel Buzz, and today we've got a rope drop strategy video for you from the Magic Kingdom. This will help you figure out what are the best things to do. How do I prioritize my morning at the Magic Kingdom to make sure I get on some of those headliner attractions and take advantage of being at the parks early. So stay tuned and we will help you with that. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell down below so that you can know when we release other videos. And thanks so much for being a part of the Travel Buzz family. Welcome back to the show. We are going to take you through our rope drop at the Magic Kingdom this morning. I'm still here at my hotel, but I'm about to head out. And I am off-site, so we don't have access to early entry. But I will, along the way, maybe give you some thoughts of what to do during those first 30 minutes, because I've obviously done that many, many times. But today we're going to work our rope drop strategy if you have, and this one is going to be maybe more for if you've got people in your travel party that want to do the headliner attractions, the headliner roller coasters, more thrill ride type things, so maybe older kids. But we are going to basically focus to start with on the left side of the park if you're facing the castle, so Frontierland and Adventureland. And then we're going to use our Genie Plus Lightning lanes to hit some other stuff later in the day. Why that is, if you're an off-site guest especially, that's a good way to go, is because early entry for on-site guests is only Tomorrowland and Fantasyland. And so if you're an off-site guest, you can still basically get a true rope drop experience on the other side, Frontierland, Adventureland, and really save yourself some time. And so that's what we're going to do today, is work Frontierland and Adventureland, and then use some Genie Pluses to hit things like Space Mountain and some of those rides on the other side of the park. Let me also mention, if you are an on-site guest and you want to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, you're going to certainly want to do that first thing in the morning. You're going to want to be at the park an hour before park opening, so that if you want to do it with less than about a 45-minute wait, you'll want to be up at the front of the lines to get in line for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. If you're an off-site guest, unfortunately, with early entry, you're going to find it really hard to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train with less than a 45-minute wait unless you purchase an individual lightning lane. So that's certainly a decision you're going to want to make, is do I want to purchase an individual lightning lane for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train? But enough of me talking. Let's get over to the Magic Kingdom and let's go tour the park here this morning. All right, so just got through security here. I did get dropped off by Uber and Lyft, and so of course that's at the Ticket and Transportation Center. As you can see, I'm headed towards the ferry boat. The express monorail does not open until 7 a.m. And so we are headed to the ferry boat to get over. It is a Magic Kingdom Christmas party day here on the day I'm here. So I'm hoping that means crowds are a little light and you can use that to your advantage. But here we go on the ferry boat. So I did make it here on the ferry boat, and I wanted to make sure I explained it well enough. It is a Magic Kingdom very, very, very Merry Christmas party day. And so those days are typically lower crowded or lower crowd level days, just because the park closes at 6 p.m. to the general public. There are no fireworks for the general public, only the Christmas party. And so that's part of what we'll kind of test out here on this rope drop strategy. Is that really the case in terms of our crowds that were met with here this morning at rope drop, and throughout the day. I'll check in a few more times after this rope drop period, and we see what we get done. But here on the ferry boat, I'm going to flip you around, and the ferry boat is still such a cool way to arrive at the Magic Kingdom. I'm here by the Polynesian. Just a cool way to arrive at the parks. A little slower than the monorail, but like I said, it's an 8 a.m. park open, and so the monorail doesn't open until 7 a.m., the express monorail. And so I'm taking the ferry boat to get across, and we'll check in a few. favorite sign. Here we go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Magic Kingdom.
And here we are. It's good to be back here in the Magic Kingdom in the Christmas season. Such a great time of year here. Obviously love the Christmas stuff here at Magic Kingdom, but just to make sure you're updated on what we're doing here, it is 7:10 a.m. The park opens at 8 to everyday guests, but 7:30 for early entry. So I just kind of came to kind of see how things were flowing. Not too heavy crowds yet. I think I may run in and grab a coffee and see how the hub is. But a beautiful morning here at Magic Kingdom. Okay, so I did get me a coffee. No line in Starbucks here this morning, but it's still fairly early. When I stepped out, there were a little more crowds out on Main Street as people are showing up here. Again, early entry. Sorry, check the time, make sure I tell right. Early entry will open in about 12 minutes for resort guests. I did step in the Emporium because this is about the least crowded time of day you'll ever find the Emporium. If you're not concerned about anything at Rope Drop, it's a good time to pop in here. I'm going to look around just a little bit, but then step out and get ready to head into Adventureland to start. We're going to start with Jingle Cruise, and then proceed to Big Thunder Mountain. And I've got a Genie Plus booked for Space Mountain, and I did get a Tron virtual queue, so we'll be able to do Tron later today. It's actually be my first ride since it opened. Okay, so it is about 2 minutes shy of early entry opening, and as you can see there from the bridge to Liberty Square and on to Frontierland, only 2 people lined up. And I'm going to go over here and check the bridge into Adventureland. Of course, this is the side that doesn't have early entry, so if you're an off-site guest, this would be where you want to most likely start, unless Space Mountain is your main priority here. A couple more people down on the Adventureland bridge, but certainly not many. So 30 minutes before rope drop, and not a lot of off-site guest crowds yet. Most everyone's heading into the park in just 1 minute or so over to Tomorrowland or Fantasyland. All right, we're in. We do have a cast member walking us and guiding us as we go, which I kind of like. It reminds me of the old days. I haven't seen this as much anymore at Disney, but she's going to walk us through Adventureland and said she will yell out when it's time to get to a certain ride. So here we go, going to head to Jingle Cruise.
Santa knows what they did, the U.S. government certainly knows what they did. Wave like you really mean it, you're never seeing any of these people ever again. This is a one-way trip. The eighth wonder of the world, everyone give it up for.
All right, so finished up at Jingle Cruise. It is 8:11 and we're off the ride. I was on the first boat, and I didn't really have to work too hard to get on the first boat with the way they walk you back there, but I'm off. I'm going to head around to Big Thunder now, and when I got off Jingle Cruise at 8:10, there was still really no line at all, so you definitely could do Big Thunder first and then come back, but I just hopped on Jingle Cruise since it was there first. We'll say I'm walking by Pirates, and it's a 5-minute wait, but I'm going to save it for after Big Thunder just because it's a longer ride, and so I don't want the Big Thunder line to build while I'm in there. So we'll head into Frontierland. Alright, so headed into Big Thunder. It is a 5-minute wait posted. I don't think it will even be that long from the looks of the area, but we're heading in and might take you along a little bit. So, well, that was a straight walk on here at Big Thunder, and honestly, I could do it. You could keep doing this as many. You could keep doing this as much as you wanted right here at Rope Drop. There is nobody in that queue still. When I got off at 8:20, it's 8:22 right now, and we've done Jingle Cruise and Big Thunder, and we're gonna head on over to Haunted Mansion and knock that off, and then back to Pirates of the Caribbean. Also, see, there is just nobody in this area of the park, hardly. Probably still a little bit due to there is no what used to be Splash Mountain. You can see a bunch of, you may can see on the video, I don't know how close I am, but a bunch of construction workers up working on Tiana's. But just not a lot of people here around Big Thunder. Taking the little boardwalk path back up to Liberty Square. I could do Pirates first and then go to Haunted Mansion and probably save myself some steps. But I am going to do it this way just because I think on a normal day it's probably a better way to go, just because Haunted Mansion's a shorter ride and the line builds faster than Pirates. So on a more crowded day you would probably want to do Haunted Mansion first and then head over to Pirates. That's probably going to be your best bang for your buck, or bang for the amount of time you have in the parks. You can see even here in Liberty Square, almost 30 minutes after park opening, still just not a huge crowd of people on this side of the park. And so doing this Adventureland and Frontier side of the park early day, especially on one of these 8 a.m. openings as opposed to a 9 a.m. opening, you can really have a good morning here.
Sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. Of course, there's always my way.
Alright, so I got out of Haunted Mansion. The paths out here in the park are still just not real crowded. Again, a product of an 8 a.m. opening, which 8 a.m. openings are always going to be significantly less crowded than 9 a.m. openings. Not to mention it's a Merry Christmas party day again, and so that keeps people away because they know they can't stay late. So we got Haunted Mansion done. We're headed back over to do Pirates of the Caribbean now. Just a beautiful morning here. Not too hot, not too cold. I do have my jacket on, but a beautiful morning here. To tell you how uncrowded it is, I just checked Space Mountain. It's 8:45, so the park's been open 45 minutes. Space Mountain's been open an hour and 15 minutes due to early entry. And Space Mountain is only a 10-minute wait at this point. So I'm going to step through a gift shop here and then we'll head over to Pirates. Alright, so heading into Pirates of the Caribbean, still a 5-minute wait posted over here. And let's have a serious chat real quick for a minute about lightning lanes. I've seen too many people using them on these rides this morning. Don't use your lightning lanes in the morning on attractions like Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean that don't have lines. Save those lightning lanes and use them later in the day. My first one I booked this morning is from 9 to 10 a.m. for Space Mountain. Use it on a headliner, maybe somewhere in the opposite side of the park than where you are, just so that you can take advantage of that. And then you've still got this Haunted Mansion or Pirate Lightning Lane. I can use it later in the day now when this line grows to 30 or 40 minutes. So here we are headed into Pirates. Alright, so paths are getting a little more crowded here, but we did get Pirates done. No wait again on that. So just to kind of summarize our first hour, which is kind of the main time that you'll be touring, and want to go fairly quickly, we did Jingle Cruise, we did Big Thunder Mountain, we did Haunted Mansion, we did Pirates of the Caribbean, and it is now 9:05. I'm walking by Jungle Cruise, and there is a line kind of spilling out into the path now. I don't think it's super long. I did just check. Space Mountain is still 10 minutes. The only ride that's not still extremely doable is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's posted at 45 minutes. So we're going to head across. We do have a Space Mountain Lightning Lane. I may just jump in the regular line and then come back and do it in 30 minutes or so with my Lightning Lane and get 2 rides out of the deal. We'll see what it's like when we get over there.
Like Christmas, everywhere you go. Take a look at the pirate tent, glistening once again with candy canes and roses aglow.
All right, caught a little bit of the Dapper Dans. They were driving around the hub, doing some Christmas songs, and so going to head into Tomorrowland here for my first time on this morning, and I've had a really successful first hour of rope drop. even though I did not even have access to early entry, and I have not used a lightning lane yet. I've got 4 great rides in, and going to head and see what we can do here in Tomorrowland. I'm thinking I'm going to check the line at Buzz Lightyear, just because that's one I could do here. There's no need for me to use my Space Mountain lightning lane yet, with it still only being a 10-minute standby. But we'll get down here and see what I decide to do. All right, so I did decide to jump in Buzz Lightyear. It said a 5-minute wait. I don't think it will even be that. I don't think it will even be 5 minutes, but we're gonna knock this one out. Okay, so dark in here, but I did Buzz Lightyear. It was a walk-on, as we thought. And Space Mountain is still, it's 9:25 after an 8 a.m. opening. It's still posted at 15 minutes, so I went ahead and jumped in the standby line to try it out. And I was able to push my lightning lane back to 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So I'll be able to jump off this and then do it again here a little later this morning with my lightning lane. So we will see how it goes. All right, awesome ride on Space. It was an 8-minute wait. And I haven't even used my lightning lane yet. I moved my lightning lane back to a little later. I think I said that already. But I'm going to run out to Tomorrowland. I may grab a little breakfast at the lunching pad, but that's 5 rides in about an hour and 30 minutes. 5, and at least 2 of them I would consider headliners, Big Thunder and Space. So we'll head out and see what else. 5 rides, 6 rides. I forgot we did Buzz right before this. So we will check in a little bit. All right, I've worked up an appetite here this morning, so got a specialty item over here at the lunching pad. It's a cheese omelet over tater tots with some sour cream and some pico. Actually doesn't look too bad. The egg is obviously a pre-prepared egg, but kind of a nice little option, a little different than other things, so looking forward to it. Okay, so the tater tots from the lunching pad were actually really good. Kind of enjoyed those. The eggs were pretty nice, even though they were pre-made.
Greetings, intergalactic travelers. Welcome aboard the People Mover, presented by Enterprise.
And so really enjoyed that, and as you can see, I jumped on the TTA. And then I'll probably go use my Space Mountain lightning lane
The next station is
after that.
Tomorrowland Urban Planning.
Okay, so after TTA, gonna head back into Space Mountain now and use my lightning lane. The standby time now says 45, so getting a little more normal around here it's just after 10 o'clock. So we're gonna jump on Space. All right, so I'm seated back here on Main Street. We finished our awesome rope drop morning. Remember, we were aided today because it was an 8 a.m. opening instead of 9 a.m. opening. So if you're willing to get up early, at any time of year that can really benefit you is getting here on an 8 a.m. opening day. And also, this is a Mickey Very Merry Christmas Party Day, and that's also going to have lower crowds during the day. So 2 really good things to take advantage of. So we started with Jingle Cruise, no wait. We did Big Thunder Mountain, no wait. We did Haunted Mansion, no wait. We did Pirates, no wait. That was all by 9 o'clock. Then we headed over to Tomorrowland, did Buzz Lightyear with no wait. We did Space Mountain, was still a 15-minute wait, and it actually only, or 15-minute posted, we only waited 5. Then we got a little breakfast, we did TTA, and then I finally used my Space Mountain lightning lane. I am still waiting on a Tron virtual queue to show up. I'm boarding group 62, and it's still not open, so it's probably going to happen a little later today. But that will do it for our video here on Rope Drop Strategy. As you can see, even being offsite, I had a lot of success this morning, and so I hope this helps you in planning your trip. Remember, visit our sponsors, Big Dreams Travel, at www.bigdreamstravelusa.com. Their awesome agents will help you plan the perfect trip. But with that, make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.